Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Arman and Rune Conversations for this year 2026. Today, I want to explore a question that came in from a Rune student and is a really good one, especially if you already have a background in Tantra or non dual traditions. The question was essentially this: when the Armanan system speaks about oneness with the divine, is that just a general phrase, or does it have a real tantric implication later on? That question tells me the person asking already understands that words like unity are never neutral. In many traditions, they point to very specific experiences, practices, or realizations. So let's slow this down a bit. In the Arman and Rune system, unity is not a hidden reference to a tantric method, and a lineage or a polarity practice. The system stands on its own. It is self-contained and self-evident. You don't need to import anything else for it to function or to make sense. At the same time, and this is important, the system is deliberately non-dogmatic. It doesn't forbid dialogue with other traditions. If you come from a tantric background, you will most certainly notice resonances. But resonance does not mean dependency. In Tantra, unity is often described as non-duality. The lived realization that the separation between practitioner and divine, consciousness and energy, subject and object, is ultimately illusionary. Depending on the school, this may be approached through ritual, internal energy work, symbolic union, or deep contemplative insight. In its more mature forms, Tantra becomes less about technique and more about stabilized awareness. Now, here's where the Armanan perspectives differs slightly. Unity in the rune system is not reached through a specific method. It emerges through integration. Each rune works on a different layer of life, whether it's vitality, the will, rhythm, responsibility, insight, or restraint. Over time, fragmentation dissolves, not because you force it to, but because your life becomes more coherent. The idea goes back to Guru von List's description of Vihinni, a way of knowing rather than a belief system. It assumes an overarching divine essence that is ultimately incomprehensible and unfathomable. You don't grasp it by understanding more concepts. You align with it by living in right order and rhythm. This journey reaches its culmination in the rune Gibor, and this is crucial. Gibor doesn't introduce a new practice. It marks the point where nothing essential is missing anymore. All the runes have been lived. Knowing, acting, and being are no longer experiences separate. So, if you come from Tantra, you might recognize something familiar here, but notice where the emphasis lies. Unity is not a peak experience. It is not an ecstatic escape. It's not something you do. It is something that becomes evident when inner contradictions have been resolved. In that sense, the Armanan approach to unity is grounded, sober, and deeply ethical. It shows itself in responsibility, clarity, and most important, service. Not in withdrawal from life, but in full participation in life. If this resonates with you, especially if you're coming from a tantric or non-dual background, you might find the Armanen runes an interesting mirror rather than an alternative. Not something to replace your path with, but something to dialogue with. Thank you for listening. And as always, stay curious, stay grounded, and I'll see you at the next conversation. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, ask a question in the comments, and let's talk.